Don in London, hello, it's November the 14th, 2009, and we've just had storms overnight. Anyway, more on that in a moment. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My substance, alcohol, it could have been any other, and my behaviour, workaholic, relationshipaholic, anything to fix the gap inside me, and I didn't know what that gap was. So what have I learned over the last few years? I've learned how to be sober, let go fear, let go of self-obsession, let go self-will, let go being right, let go a lot of things which were just hampering me in living a life, an ordinary life. And the gift these days is being sober one day at a time. I get to live my life, find out more about what is going on, have an interest, be useful, find love, be loved back, and let life happen, be a part of, experience it. All the good things that we start out with, hopefully. But for me, I did start out life with a fairly poor start emotionally, and I was driven by fear, covering it up, putting on a brave face, you name it, anything to take the edge off. And alcohol provided the perfect vehicle just to do that, take the edge off. Then dependent, then addicted. So whether it's alcohol being my addiction or behaviour being my addiction, workaholic for the same amount of time, I guess, or if not longer. No, drinking longer, workaholic not quite so long, but 35 years long. And now in a place where life matters right now, being sober. And what helped me get here? A moment of clarity after friends, family, community all kept me alive long enough to have that moment of clarity at rock bottom, or one of them. I had a few more along the way. And then a fellowship where people can be included, be a part of, learn some wisdom on a daily basis. And that fellowship is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. And I share experience, strength and hope, how it helps me. I don't speak for the fellowship, never can, never will, never want to, because it's full of unique, authentic people who can choose to speak and share as they will and where they will. And the greatest gift is getting our freedom back to make choices in life which work for us. So these videos are a testament to one day sober, just one day. That's all it is, a one-day program. And I share the statement of intent about fellowship, or what we call the AA preamble, shared at the beginning of every meeting, because it slows me into this one moment. And it goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And somebody asked me a question, am I an AA counsellor? And the answer is no, I'm not. I'm just an ordinary person amongst all the other ordinary people who go to the fellowship of AA. And the extraordinary part is that we all have extraordinary days, because we're able to engage in life, knowing what's going on around us, and to be a part of reality rather than a fantasy. But we still need our dreams and our fantasies, and we also still need to apply ourselves with action. And the fellowship is all about action. 12 steps of action for the individual, about attitude and behaviour, and that action is about living life experience. And that's what we learn from most. So we get the gift in fellowship of going to meetings and hearing the words of others and how they're doing. And I did that last night. And to hear somebody speak who has probably not been alive quite as long as me. In fact, they're probably 20 or 25 years younger. And they have as much understanding as I do about how to live life one day at a time. And that is the gift of fellowship. And I hear them, and I learn from them. That's my neighbour's dog, or dogs. There's supposed to be only one, but they bark in stereo sometimes. Anyway, enough of that. So the gift of fellowship really is to be in the moment of now and live life and be tolerant of others and their dogs. So, where am I now? Another comment which was asked of me around, do I speak for AA? And what would happen if I were to relapse or have a slip and drink again? And how would it look to a newcomer who then got to know that I had a slip? Well, I would shout it from the rooftops, because what I've learned most of all, if I lie to anybody, I lie to God. I lie to truth. So what's important is a message of experience, strength and hope which keeps us sober in the day. And if for any reason life overwhelms us again, mainly because we get isolated and excluded and we can't face it anymore, and that's when the danger is, then I need to share it, because if I don't share the truth, how ever will anybody trust me or another person sharing a message of experience, strength and hope? And when I go to the rooms of AA, people share their relapses, their slips, because we're not perfect. And in chapter 5 of the big book of AA, where it says rarely has a person fail, or rarely does a person fail, or rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed these steps. Once you're on the steps, it's rarer, it's more rare that you will slip. But we're not perfect. So we have to acknowledge that although it can seem rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path, actually many people never get onto the steps because they feel that they are less than those who have got it. So the most important thing for me is to share honestly that anybody can slip, anybody can relapse. It's what you do about it which is important, and that's to get back on track as best we can and when we can. And don't beat ourselves up, and don't utilise ego, negative ego, or a positive attitude of telling you what to do. It doesn't work. So, for those who are worried about anonymity, I prefer people know if I make a slip, because if I do, I'll be telling you. So, coming to the literature, this one, Daily Reflections, it says intuition and inspiration. We ask God or good conscience for inspiration, an intuitive thought or decision. We relax and take it easy, we don't struggle, and if we're fighting something, we're more likely to fail. I invest my time in what I truly love. Step 11 is a discipline that allows me and my higher power to be together, reminding me that, with God's help, or in good conscience, intuition and inspiration are possible. Practice of the step brings on self-love, which then means we can love other people. In a constant attempt to improve my continuous contact with a higher power, I am subtly reminded of my unhealthy past, with its patterns of grandiose thinking and false feelings of omnipotence. When I ask for the power to carry out God's will or good conscience, I am made aware of my powerlessness. Humility and healthy self-love are compatible, a direct result of working step 11. And that is so important, and step 11 is all about prayer and meditation. And for me, God is truth, God is love, and God works through people. That's simple, and you don't have to believe anything. You can still pray and meditate, it does work. And then on page 255, a wider understanding. To reach more alcoholics, understanding of AA and public good will towards AA must go on growing everywhere. We need to be on still better terms with medicine, religion, employers, governments, courts, prisons, mental hospitals, and all enterprises in the alcoholism field. We need the increasing goodwill of editors, writers, television and radio channels. These publicity outlets need to be opened ever wider. And I'm short on time. Nothing matters more to AA's future welfare than the manner in which we use the colossus of modern communication, used unselfishly and well, and without ego. It can produce results surpassing our present imagination, providing we tell the truth. Should we handle this great instrument badly, we shall be shattered by the ego manifestations of our own people, and that can be telling lies. Against this peril, AA members' anonymity before the general public is our shield and our buckler, and it can be shield or buckler to the fellowship or to the individual. We need truth always in all matters. My time is up.